I would like to tell you something about the personalization. I've been building different kind of systems around personalization for the last 12 years, from real-time bidding to old-fashioned e-commerce and convincing auto ladies to buy more potatoes, to modern personalization approaches in e-commerce, quick commerce, and all of the digital world. I'll try to tell you a couple of words about the company, but not only about the company, but more general, how the personalization looks like, and what are the phases of the personalization, and maybe slightly a bit how does all of the Gen AI and LLMs work with personalization, and are there, a silver bullet for the personalization itself. So about the company, we have, a good marketing slide with Satya, which tells everything about our company. So we are a platform. We try to be all in one platform for all of the efforts of the companies to arrange and build a communication with their end customers and optimize, results from this communication and personalization. So I won't bother you with reading all of this. Couple of figures about the company. I try to highlight the most important ones. So monthly we do deliver 1.8 billion personalized messages through different channels. So mail, push, SMS, WhatsApp, and 4.6 billion AI-powered recommendations, personalized search results, any kind of predictions like churn, lookalike, propensity. So all of the scorings around personalization per month. Maybe it's one important thing. We are a product company delivered in both SaaS and on-premise mode. So if you're running e-commerce store, you can think about using us in different kind of scenarios. So what are the key elements for the personalization, at least in my opinion? So first of all, is data. Great if it's real-time data, but it won't be a subject for this talk. A small disclaimer, for being real-time, at Synerise we built our own database, which is adjusted to this behavioral kind of data and patterns. Thanks to which we can do everything in real time. So all of the segmentations, all of the scorings, metrics like loyalty points, for instance, are calculated instantly on demand. So you might think that all of the segmentations are blueprint of queries, and we execute them on the demand, whatever you need it. So always the data is fresh and represents the current state of reality. The second element is AI. Great if it's state-of-the-art AI, of course. And as I said, personalization has different phases. Not all personalization is around AI. It's also about delivering simple things like customer details, like "Hello, Andrew." Or Andrew, you have like 58 loyalty points, but the best results are obtained when it's combined with the AI. And here I will try to speak a little bit about LLMs and the large behavioral models and what they are. And the third pillar is execution and delivery, which is crucial. The best scenario is when you have everything in one place. So when you have all of the channels, all of the content, including content management, including the data for personalization and CRM, probably, in one place. So you don't need to build a glue code scenarios to wire everything together. And of course, some kind of automation, low code automation is also important to build a fully personalized experience through the whole journey of a customer. we at Synerise believe in customer-centric approach, so we try to gather data from all of the possible sources in a particular client and also personalize this experience across all of the touch points. So even in very traditional channels like point of sales, which is purely offline place, so how can you personalize experience there? So in fact, you can print checkout couponing that is selecting the best promotions that are personalized for this particular customer. And surprisingly, it gives very, very good results. So as you see, we combine both online elements, which are purely customer facing, like a website or mobile application, with your middleware platforms like e-commerce store, and if you operate in offline mode as well, with your stores or through your backend directly.
Right.
We believe that we know what we are doing in terms of the AI and personalization. So we were recognized in a couple of different competitions. Probably the most important one is Rex's Challenge 4 years ago. As you can see, we did participate quite a lot a couple of years ago. Why we're not doing this any longer is simply because you're obligated to show the full code when you participate in those kinds of competitions. And we've decided to build a mode based on this and build a separate product. However, we are still in this world of AI competitions. So this year we were one of the organizers and company that created Rex's Challenge this year. I'm very happy that it was quite popular, as you can see from the numbers, with the record number of submissions. So it was quite engaging, I believe, for all of the participants. Okay, let's get to the interesting stuff. In our opinion, Gen AI is not the best suited for personalization. Let's put it this way. And of course, you see a lot of numbers, but in general, still, from idea to production is less than 5%, according to MIT AI report. And as long as Gen AI is great in creating personalized messages and working, because it's still working on what it knows, it works on top of the text. It needs to cooperate with other systems that are suited for the role of personalization. One more thing that is maybe not purely in terms of personalization, but it shows where we are with an agentic approach in general. So Salesforce is quite well-known company for their CRM system. They do a lot of marketing around agents, around LLMs, but in fact, they also open source and publish papers. And they've created something which is called CRM area. And they're showing that agents has very huge issues to even create an entry in their CRM system. And no one in real world scenario accept such results and such success rate, especially in more complex examples. However, as I said, Gen AI has a lot of use cases where it can help with the personalization. One of the probably the most obvious ones are personalized shopping assistants, where you have Gen AI-based shopping assistant that is supported by tools specialized in the personalization.
Good.
I'm not sure why you don't see the image. I can see it. Oh, because it's
Why did you see before already?
nice. I have just one slide with this. So what is the traditional state of things in most of the companies? They have different requests from the business, recommend best products, calculate churn for our customers, select the audience for new text campaign, or calculate some scoring. They have a number of different sources of the data. As I said, maybe it's from the online, maybe it's from offline. Usually they have, in larger organizations, they have separate team that creates input features manually for each of those use cases. Later, on top of those features, if they are lucky, they have something called feature store. Usually they don't. Based on this, they create specialized models for each of those use cases. So you can imagine it takes weeks in optimistic scenario, in worst scenario, quarter, 2 quarters. So, you know, world is speeding up, so maybe it's not the best. It's not the best approach. That was also our assumption, simply because we are a small company, and we cannot afford to prepare a new model adjusted for each specific use case for each of our customers, especially that we have both smaller clients, like e-commerce store with food for pets, and large organizations that have like 10,000 stores offline, or they are in top of the e-commerce stores in Europe. So we had to be smart and think about something more advanced. Let me take a sip. So in parallel to LLMs, because LLMs are quite simple, they basically predict next tokens. In behavioral modeling or personalization, you try to predict the next behavior of a customer. Based on the past, what they saw, what they bought, you want to predict what will they see or click, what will they buy. Simple as that. So taking the past and moving to the future. And we would like to learn this representation, how to move from the past to the future. Very similar as in LLMs. So we have those large behavioral models where they combine different sources of data. You may think both, again, about online and offline, but not only. That automatically creates the features through the foundation model. So same as ChatGPT is a foundation model on top of which we build solutions for behavioral modeling. You have a foundation model for people's behavior. And thanks to this, it's super simple to create a new model for a new business use case. It takes literally a couple of hours once you have a foundation model on top of already prepared in your environment. Thanks to this, you create a foundation model once, and to implement those target specialized models, which are super simple, very easy to fine-tune in days. But of course, you may ask, is it better? So there are 2 research papers from Meta and from DeepMind, where they tried to build LLM-like models for personalization or for recommendation systems, where they state it's state-of-the-art. So we tried to compare our solution with those models, and basically those are results. So in all of the categories, we manage almost all categories. Okay, we managed to beat them in both cases. So very similar results with DeepMind. And here you can see that the difference is huge. As I said, in different categories: sports, beauty, toys. At least this is what they prepared. And of course, data sets were open, so we were able to reproduce their results and compare with our approach with behavioral, large behavioral model. That's it about the theory. Maybe let's get into the more use cases from life. I'll try to show how can you personalize customer experience based on my real-world example. So recently I had to buy a couple of things from the Decathlon. Decathlon is also in France. It's a French company. We do cooperate with them in Poland. So, you know, I had to buy a yoga mat. Don't judge me. My wife thinks it's easier to have one account, but I'm the only one who operates it, so I'm not sure whether it's easier or not. Nevertheless, so we bought yoga mat and some kit for our kid for running and playing football. And this is how the main homepage looks like for me. Most of it is in Polish, but I bet you'll be able to easily understand this. Thanks to this yoga mat, I had fitness banner on top of the web page. They personalized banners based on the propensity of categories they think you will drill into. So that's the first thing you see when you open their homepage. Secondly, they're using real-time data to provide kind of simple things. So recently visited products. In our case, in our Synerise implementation, it's slightly more advanced than in typical solutions where you can apply filtering on top of the recently saw products, so we can filter based on brand, some categories, etc., etc. That's why I'm saying that it's slightly more complicated. Moving down, you have also selected categories for you. They call them popular categories, but in fact, those categories are fully personalized for each of the customers. So you have some cardio gear, you have yoga, training accessories, football, and some protection gear, whatever it is. Moving further, you have brands that are again personalized especially for me. So as you see, the first brand for physio is one of the brands of the gear I saw recently.
Dobrze.
They move even further, so they have some category selection where you can easily find what you're looking for. Here again are categories I was browsing. So yoga, fitness, football, running. So all of the experience on the homepage is fully personalized based on my previous behavior. And everything is done in real time. So when I start browsing for bikes, for instance, it will automatically readjust to my behavior during the same session.
Okay.
Interestingly, they do a lot more because that was only the homepage, and those screenshots are not based on my sessions. So they do personalized homepage, as I said, and many. They do personalized product page with simple things like co-bought products that are bought together quite often, or similar products, but there are also two fully personalized things. The first thing are products selected specially for you. That's on the right side in the top corner. And interestingly, you can browse and see more products that are selected specially for me. Once you click Show Me More, you are redirected to the fully personalized listing page, which contains products like 150 or something like that, and that are selected specially for me based on some business rules, what they would like to show to the customer. So I do find it quite interesting. They have cart recommendations, obviously, again based on our platform. And they've also fully personalized the full journey of a customer through the different channels, including email and other channels of communication. Usually it's an email and push notifications. That's from the real world example. Why I'm here? We are proud to announce that we've just released a plugin for Sylius, so we can easily connect Sylius platform to the Synerise and easily start using all of the personalization goodies we do provide. Personalization, and not only personalization, because as I said, we also do provide all of the things that the company may want to connect with their end customers and personalize their experience through the whole path of their life. Hopefully it will work. No? Does anyone know how to start video? No? No, I'm trying. That's bad. It reminds me of Forrest Gump saying. That's why I do prefer coding. At least I know what's happening and who to blame. At the very bottom there's camera icon. No, it's not. Okay, so let's move here. It will be somewhere on LinkedIn, so you will be able to, to see it. What's the scope of the plugin maybe right now, and what will be in the future? Because probably it's more important than a nice marketing video. So we do fully connect with all of the data that you have in Sylius platform that is important for the personalization and communication. So first of all, once you integrate and of course pass some API keys, we do import all of the historical data. So you don't need to play with, exporting, importing data. We can import everything, both transactions and all of the details of your customers, so you can start using personalization and all of the goodies basically from day one. We also sync product catalog in real time, or almost real time, as we know. For me, real time is around 10-20 milliseconds. With this real-time product sync, you have around a couple of seconds / minutes delay. And we seamlessly integrate with all of the events that are available in Sylius. First of all, with transactional and cart events, so you don't need to worry about this. And all of the tracking events like page visits, clicks on your web page to run analytics on top of this. And I would also like to say something about CMS systems. We had a panel just before. And I believe that content and content management systems are super important in terms of the personalization. However, for me, they lack one very important and simple thing. They usually don't have data. And without data, you cannot personalize your content. You cannot run data-driven optimization, content optimization. You cannot fully personalize the experience. Of course, you can play and move the data to the CMS platform, but usually you don't need to. You don't want to do this. It's one more integration. So we've decided to build our own version of CMS platform. It's still work in progress, but we already have some customers building solutions on top of this. One difference is that we are fully headless solution, not yet integrated with any templates. We call it behavioral CMS because for us the most important factor is to fully personalize this content. Probably it's not the best solution to fully build your e-commerce store, to build product pages, but maybe to build subsections of this, or to fully build your mobile application if you're using one. So it's fully integrated with the Synerise platform. We do have dynamic templating with Jinjava. So Jinjava is very similar to Twig. Even some plugins works with both of them. We do believe that all the content should be federated, so you can connect with your external systems seamlessly, and to have one source of truth for the data, so you can integrate our platform with your CRM, with your product management, with your e-commerce as well, through very simple external data. And of course, you can personalize everything thanks to the Synerise goodies. And it's built mostly for e-commerce, loyalty programs, multi-channel marketing campaigns, because all of those things you can use again in communication channels in Synerise or in your other communication platform, and to have one place to fully personalize content that are delivered through different channels like push notifications, emails, and manage everything in one place. As I said, we don't cache anything, almost anything, so always the content is fully fresh and fully personalized based on the in-session behavior of your customer. And I try to prepare maybe artificial, but an example showing the capabilities of the thing. So let's say that you're building mobile application for your e-commerce, and you would like to have a hero banner on a home screen, and probably your schema of data should contain the title, some image, typical stuff known from CMS systems. But secondly, probably you would like to personalize it, as I showed you with Decathlon. So maybe you would like to show some personalized recommendations, select some categories, select some banners for this particular customer. Maybe you would like to deliver them voucher to be used during the session. Secondly, maybe some of your data is still stored in some external system, like CRM system. So probably you want to fetch it. And last but not least, you'd like to probably personalize the message based on the data and some metadata of a customer that is in Synerise. So instead of writing a lot of glue code to obtain this, you don't need to do anything on your backend. Your mobile application is also super clear, because you just integrate with Synerise SDK and fetch everything from there. And of course, you can manage it easily, because in the end, it's CMS. So you can give it to your content team, and they can replace everything on the fly. They can replace personalization campaign, they can replace message, they can reconnect to other external data, and the changes on your systems and ecosystem is super simple thanks to that. And basically, that's it. 30 minutes exactly.
Good.
Sorry. Any questions?
What? The project that's again. Closed.
Maybe just one. Can I hear it? Does the plugin actually support, because you had the situation with yoga mat, that now you have this plugin for Sylius. If I bought one yoga mat or one toilet already, Is it somehow possible to customize your plugin so it won't recommend me the theorem anymore because I already bought it? I went to the checkout process.
Yeah, you have different kind of business rules that can be defined in the personalization engine in Synerise. So the plugin passes the data, because in the end you want to have all of the transactions or cart events in Synerise, because you have also the analytical modules. So maybe you would like to, see how many of those transactions you have, but you can also apply business rules and filter out all categories of the bot products or products itself. So it's configurable.
That could piss me off. I already bought something and it still recommended me. So.
Especially when it recommends you a new fridge. Because yoga mat is like cheaper thing, and maybe you would like to rebought it with fridges or ovens. It's
Because you have different types of articles. Sometimes you order
Yes.
in subscription, you want to order something every month, like there was some not nutritions.
yeah, usually calculate something which is called inter-purchase time.
Yeah, exactly.
For different kind of categories. Usually you do it on categories depending on your category tree, and you can apply this kind of filtering in the Synerise platform. Yes, known issue. We know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was thinking if you already showed it. Thank you.
It depends. Let me finish. In retail, because I used to work for retail a lot. Sometimes they wanted to promote the thing you bought, for instance, more expensive products, over and over to implement this habit of buying those more expensive things when you previously were buying cheaper ones. So depending on the business rules and goals of the business, yeah.
Thank you. So it's almost about the data treatment. It is your site, so you will summarize all the data and treat it your side. I mean, summarize database, or how it works.
So one important thing, we are a schemaless platform. So whatever you throw into our platform, you can use it. As long as it's a JSON,
Okay.
it's super simple. For the plugin itself, to make life easier of developers and users, of course, there is a predefined mapping of events. But still, once you integrate Sylius with Synerise, you can start sending your own events or try to enrich them as well. So in most of the cases, yes, it's about data treatment and quality. And there are some strict rules what can be ingested into the platform. With our approach to, first of all, data where we have schemaless, our own database, and secondly, we have this large behavioral model also built by us, we can adjust to those different mistakes or messy data, let's say, because it's messy in most of the cases.
Okay. And how it costs for each use? Is it
We charge based on data points.
Yeah.
So as much as you are sending, we do not charge per user or per entry in CRM. As much data you're sending, as much you're paying. It's totally user-based. You may have 5 million customers sending one event, and one customer, maybe not one, but like 10 sending 500K, will be the same.
Good. And how it costs by what?
Frankly speaking, I do prefer technical stuff. I don't recall, frankly speaking. I don't recall, but in general, we treat most of the events in a unified way. So it's not important for us whether it was push notification or page visit. For us, it's just a new event in a database. Okay, so there are some exceptions like emails or paid communication channels, because someone needs to pay for this. But in most of the cases, data points are treated equally. So is it a transaction? Is it a page visit? no different for us.